Hello everyone and welcome to yet another episode of Aurogiri. This video and the next one after were requested by Wolfpack Gaming, and they're very important topics for us to go over. This isn't something I'm all too familiar with. I'm a little I know a bit about them, but I know how important they are. And these are the fabled 105 mags we're going to be covering. So for those that don't know what a 105 mag is, these are Magatamas that require you to be at level 105. So for those that aren't there yet, you've got a bit of way to go. These Magatamas, they don't just, like normally a Magatama will drop from, like if you have a level 68 Magatama or something, and you want to go farm it, you have to go to a dungeon where the enemy mobs are around level 68, or something like that. They're all on the wiki. Someone else did that work for us. We thank them. You know, if you go to the wiki, you look up a mag, like a cancer mag, it'll tell you go to Byakko Cavern or Rumor Rights, something like that. So the enemies, you know, these mags do not drop like that. That's the point I'm trying to make. I'm not trying to fancy word that and stuff. I'm just gonna be straight here. These 105 mags are crafted mags, like sort of like the literature Magatama and all those others you can make. These ones, there's one for every class. That's why they're called the 105s. And they are considered to be the ultimate mags. They have a later upgrade, the 115 mags, but we'll talk about them when we get to that point. Right now we're focusing solely on the 105s. So I'm going to say their names, and maybe some of you have heard people talking about these mags. You don't know what they are. So sword users might hear people talking about the Sky Rending Magatama, Wicked Wolf for Odachi, Raretsu for Axe, Thunderquake for Spear, Crucifix for Staff, Dancing Water for Twin Swords, Attack Star for Bow, and Talon Breaker for Wand. There are 8 of them, one for each class. And they're going to require that everyone give them skill force mags from their class to create them. So, and they're very powerful mags you have to sacrifice, but let me assure you that the mags you're going to get in return are going to eclipse those and outclass and completely make those mags look infantile in the face of these new ones. You know, they're going to make them obsolete. These mags, some of the best mags in the game. So each one of these 105 mags will bestow upon their wearer 1,500 physical and magical defense, alongside a lot of skill force. Let it be known that their purity goes up to 7. So purity 7, that means you can go as high as Avendra, Monster, Untarnished Weapon, things like that for ornamentations. I wouldn't be very risky with these mags, but you know, what you do with them is what you do with them. Even if you don't get good ornas, they're still going to be great mags. You know, I believe all their effects are the same, but we're going to go over each of them anyway. So we're going to start with the power, work our way down. So we're going to start with Sky Rending Magatama. The Sky Rending Magatama, as we said, level 105, gives you 1500 defense to both sides, is purity 7, and costs 45 chakra. As most sword users usually just use Amaras and stuff, 45 chakra is completely foreign to them. They don't understand the concept of having a maxed out chakra meter. But us, you know, spear users, me personally, who use, or even bow users, but mangoes and stuff, I'm used to literature, which takes 60, so I can't really have a lot of mags all the time. But these mags, they're all going to take 45 chakra at base. So once you ornament them, you're going to be looking for at least 49, 50 chakra, depending on what you put on them. Could be 57 or 47. So let's go over these really powerful mags. What did they do? Now this effect is going to be the same, like in a broad sense, it's going to have the same effect everywhere, but they have elemental properties too. I didn't know they had element. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to learn stuff. So, Sky Rending Mag. All of your rank 5 skills will receive all of your rank 5 sword skills. This is not a Setsuna. All your rank 5 sword skill force things will take 60%. I'm going to read this. This gives 60% skill force to all your rank 5 sword skills and up. If your health is below half, so if you're under 50% health, your rank 4 sword skills, so basically all your same skills from before, will receive an additional 40% skill force. So if you're below half, your attack is your damage. You're gonna have a total of 100% skill force going for you. So 40% plus 60% is 100%. If you have 3 of these Magatamas for your class, so we're looking on average 150 chakra, and then just something else, something small. I don't know how much chakra we're gonna have then. We have about 159 now if Amaterasu is maxed out. But by the time we all reach 115, we might have 164 or something like that. So we're gonna have to find, everyone's gonna have to work with their builds. Not everyone's gonna have like 3 105s, you know, it's gonna be different. But so these have an inverse HP requirement. Back in the day, all the mags said, "Oh, be above this HP and this mag will work," and that was a bunch of hooey because it worked all the time. But these ones, these requirements actually matter. So 60% is great. This will replace an Amara for a sword user. You know, there's no reason it shouldn't. And it's going to give you 60% to all your rank 5s, so you can actually use more skills than you have skill cards. And you're going to get, this is basically 2 mags in 1, and then it gives you 10 fire element, but it's also going to subtract 5 rain element. And lucky for you sword users, you guys don't actually have a rain skill. It does not exist. So, you know, power users get it better now. So it's giving you all this skill force and 10 fire element, and it's going to give you 10 critical force. For those who know what crit force is, it is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. So when you're below half health, 100% skill force, you're always going to have 10 fire element, and you're going to get an additional 10 crit force. So the ideal build, let's say you have 3 Skyrending mags or 3 105s. That's going to be an additional 30% crit force and 300% skill force. 300% skill force is max. You cannot have more than that. Anything above 300% is superfluous because skill force caps at 300. So these mags, with 3 of these mags, and you know, for you wand users, when we get to your Talon Breaker, you're going to have 3 of these mags and 1 element mag with Heavenly Shield. And your wands are going to be so OP, because wands, when we get to them, before wand skill force things weren't that good. Like Enma's were like 52%, 50 or something, some kind of percentage. Like that was like their best thing. And now they're just jumping. Wands are going to get all that skill force, and they're going to have that element to help, and oh, everyone's going to become gods when they get these. So, the recipe for the Skyrending mag drops from Manjuka Island, the Puppet Daruma. Now, we're getting islands, therefore, in our update on Friday, so therefore we can farm Manjuka for the Skyrending recipe. There's also the Mountain of Thorns, Earth Zuchi, and Earth Zuka. You could click on them on the wiki. I'm not going to look at them right now, but that's where you can get them. This recipe is also a reward from doing an assault dungeon. Nightshade Nyarlathotep. Yeah, no, Nyarlathotep. And when you do it on hard or hell with a SS or S rank. I don't know if we're getting assault dungeons, but it just says that here, so I'll let that be said. So how do you craft these god Magatamas, Aurelia? There must be something. What's the catch here? To make one of these mags, sword users are going to have to farm for mags, and some of them don't really know how to do that. My friend Sayu was like, oh my god, you have to farm? I've been in here 30 minutes, I haven't got a mag. He was complaining. But then he got an Araya, and he was happy, and whatever. So what you need to make one Skyrending mag is an Usugi Magatama. I believe sword users get one from... There's a side quest for that. You're going to need 1 Usugi, 1 Araya, 1 Amara, 1 Ronin, and 1 Scorpion Magatama. Now, the last Magatama in all these recipes is a new Magatama we have to farm for in the islands. They don't exist yet. And they're like animal based. So sword is Scorpion. It's not to be confused with Scorpio. That's a spear mag. So Scorpion. So to repeat, you need an Usugi, an Araya, an Amara, and a Ronin. And a Scorpion. And then after that, you're going to need the Myrtle Gem and 2 Scarlet Gems, which drop from bosses later. And these are going to be some big, strong bosses we have to fight. So, if you got nothing to do right now, go farm mags. Go hit up Rumor Rights and get your Araya, you know, Zombie Crossing for Ronin, Rumor Rights for Amara and Araya, and Asugi you'll have to go a little bit more further back because it's a low-ranking mag. 7 viewers, that's awesome. Thanks guys for watching. You know, I'm glad everyone's ready to learn about how to become OP. So that's the sword. Now we're going to go to the next one, which is called the Odachi one, the Wicked Wolf Magatama. So same as before, level requirement 105. That gives you the physical defense stuff, 45 chakra. They have 2 ornamentation slots, the same thing as before. 60% to all your rank 5s. If you're under half, an additional 40. So the Wicked Wolf will give you an additional 10 wind, but it will lower your ice element by 5. I don't really know how much that's how bad that is for Odachi, because Icicle Massacre just came out and that thing looks really cool. I think it'll still be powerful even if you had 3 of these and had negative 15 ice, but I mean, it is what it is. You might be able to get an ice ornamentation to correct that, but for the time being, don't even worry about that. I bet a lot of people are like, oh, I'm not even going to use Icicle Massacre. I'm going to use Sacred Strike and all that good holy stuff that Odachi has anyway. So then again, there is the 10 crit force. The recipe drops on Huri Island from Chibi Kyokotsu. Is that like an anime skeleton? Chibi Kyokotsu? It could be on any difficulty, 1 to 5 players. That is the only dungeon it drops from. Only boss. However, you can also get as a reward from the Nightshade Nyarlathotep, whatever. That, the big plant bitch. A boss, sorry. That was an autocorrect of my mouth. So I believe, I guess that assault dungeon will give people the 105 recipes. I don't know if we have it yet, but when we do, it'll come in handy. Furthermore, you're going to need a Yoke Magatama, which I believe was available from bargains early on. Dusk, which is at our level 17 or level 19 Moroku plus. You're going to need a Shinonome Magatama. I've never heard of that before. What is that? What is that? Is that your guys' like rank 3 or something? I'm gonna control click that on the computer and find out what that is. That is your rank 7. The Shinonome Magatama is the Odachi rank 7. It can be gotten from Byakko Cavern on Hell. I wouldn't recommend Hell. It can be gotten on Cave of Naki Sawame. 4 to 5 players. That's where I recommend you go. So on hard, 4 to 5 players, no more, no less. And Cave of Naki Sawame, kill infinite flies. That's where you can get this mag. You know. So I'm gonna click out of that. You're gonna need a Heroic Magatama. That is the new Axe and Odachi mag that drops in the newer dungeons. So like Ginza, Onward, I believe on Hell. I'm gonna double click. I'm gonna check. I don't know what difficult. I'm gonna see if there's any good dungeons to get the Heroic. Zombie Crossing on Hell, 3 to 5 players. Edo Underground Path on hard, 1 to 4 if you want. But I'm gonna try and help us out find the best place to farm this mag that's not too hard. It's gonna have to be Marinucci Pipe 3, 1 to 4 players. You know, you can just farm the first floor of that. There's no archers. That's what I'd recommend doing. So doing some hard Pipe 3 runs if you need your Heroic mag. You know, if you need pressure point, like we're gonna get to those later, and I'm gonna stay Pipe 3 first floor farm, you know, or the whole thing on hard. It depends how good you are. But for those who aren't that good, that's what I recommend. It's not too bad. Alternatively, you could do Wara Bazooka on hard, but it has to be 5 players. You're gonna get a lot more people who want to go to Ginza or to Pipe 3 than it did say Pipe 3, right? I read that correctly. I don't want to be wrong. I am not wrong. Okay. So we're going to need a lot of the newer hybrid mags for things down the line. So if you need those, I'm going to recommend hard pipe 3. So if you and up to 4 friends want to go farm for these mags, go to pipe 3 on hard. I mean, if that's too hard, I mean, you can do 5 friends water bazooka, or you can do... I just don't recommend doing hell, and I don't think people want to go do Ginza on hard either. If Ginza is 1 to 5 players hard, so if that's as far as you are, you can go do Ginza, but archers terrify me, so I won't do that. However, I mean, it is what it is. I'll let you pick your poison. Then you're going to need a Kairagi mag for the Wicked Wolf, for those that are just joining. You're going to need the Kairagi, which is a new Magatama from the islands. And you're going to need a Cerulean gem and a Myrtle gem. We'll get to the gems at a later point in this video. Raretsu, axe, same skill force stuff. It gives you mountain element, subtracts wind element. So, you know, that's good for that Ogi, the rock Ogi, and Dust Storm Blast. And it's going to be bad for Blue Fang Blade and Blue Fang Blade. And I think they have and Tornado Drop, but it is what it is. There's a lot of places that drop the axe one. That's actually surprising. Anka Forest, True Gloom Daruma, True Pain Daruma, True... I don't know what that is. I've heard Anka Forest again or something. I don't know. So there's lots. It's real easy to get it from Anka Forest, I guess. There is Karuka Cave. Oni Matatabi Island. And Suguchi Cave, the huge lantern ghost. All difficulties 1 to 5. Access a lot of places to choose. It looks like Anka Forest might be the preferred place. I don't know what's going to be hard, what's not going to be hard, or what we have access to actually. But that's for axe users to decide. I'm not one of them. Just letting you guys know. For the axe, you are going to need Hongan Magatama, Himoragi, 1 Watatsumi, which can be obtained if your bargains are at level 27 Moroku. So bargains level 7. That's if you're an axe user, you probably want infinite Watatsumis anyway. And you're going to need 1 Bloody Festival, which is the dual mag, and then you're going to need the Thorough Warp mag, which is the new mag from the new dungeons. You're going to need 2 Cerulean gems and 1 Myrtle gem. So when it comes to the gems, I recommend people team up and go for the gems they need together and fight the bosses they need for that. I could be completely wrong by saying that they only drop from certain bosses. Just to double check, I'm going to click on Cerulean gem right now. The Cerulean gem is a super rare material that drops from like every Oshu boss, and it's gonna drop from Onra Island, Manjuka Island, Yashi Island, Banjiro, Higane, Sugumi, Shimmering Forest, Alluring Caves, Mina Byaku, Surai Forest. There's lots of places to go for the gems, and I'm sure we'll all farm them when the time comes. Moving on. Now we're going to be at Spear. This is, you know, people like me, they know me as a Spear user. I love me my Spears. I'll switch to one for 10 seconds. Hyotengu. You know, Hyotengu is awesome. I can't wait to get my Gargoyle Spears. But, same thing. Now, I don't know how... It gives you lightning element, but subtracts mountain. Me personally, I'll probably never stop using my literature because my literature was blessed with 24 rain element. I don't know how that's going to affect my chakra count. I'm saying that now. I don't know how that's going to affect me down the road. My opinions will change. But the chances of me getting 3 Thunderquakes is beyond me. I'm probably going to run like literature, Thunderquake, and then some stuff. Maybe Chiami Aries. I don't know. I like my Chiami. It has double rain element. I'm a rain user, but we'll burn that bridge when we get there. The Spear one drops in Banjiro, Ephemeral Grove, Hikane Cavern, Mina Byaku. Not Byaku. It's a Bukiyaku, Surai Forest. You know. All difficulties. For Spear, you're going to need a Cancer mag, a Leo mag, a Sagittarius, a Log, and a Cockatoo. The only mag I'm actually missing from this, I can't get Cockatoo yet, but I'm only missing a Log. We get Sagittarius from 27 bargains, or level Moroku, like level 27 Moroku. Leo, I have one. It's got a broken slot. I don't mind giving it up. Cancer, my Cancer is crap. It has 10 HP and a broken slot. I'm ready and willing to get rid of it. And I have Infinite Sagittarius. The only thing I have to farm for is Log Magatama. And Cancer and Leo are both readily available. Well, Cancer and Gemini are available in Room of Rights. But Leo, I believe it's other dungeons. I think it's Cave of Nakisawame. And Log is Zamion hard. Log is going to be the same as the ones I said before, like Heroic. It's going to be Pipe 3 hard. So sometime this week, or maybe probably during Fever, I'm going to take a day and I'm going to do Pipe 3s on hard. I mean, if people want that with Fever, because I want the drop boost, come on down. We'll probably get some teams going for that. And I'm going to need 2 Scarlet Gems and a Myrtle Gem, or Spears in general. So then we have the Crucifix Magatama. This is the staff one. I don't know how desired this one is. It only gives you 7 critical force. What is this? What's all this staff hate? I'm so done. So, now, we got into a bit of a debate, me and my friends, the other day when we were talking about these mags. Since a lot of players will actually be getting rid of Chiami because they want that extra 40 skill force, me personally, I want to use it with Chiami because I just don't want to die. Apparently everything's going to one-shot us, but that's something I'll have to see. But, hey, Wolfpack, you're missing out, buddy. You know, let's say everyone is really good at blocking and they like staying at half health, and you know, a lot of people will be running like Moth Orchid and stuff to stay. They'll be running that to stay low because that's how they'll do their most damage. But like let's say you have someone with this Crucifix Magatama, like a staff user, and they're dying. You know, they're below half, so they have like 300% skill force. And they're just like, oh, I'm dying. I'm going to use Extend Heal Geki to heal myself. And then everyone's going to go to like max health. And they'll be like, you asshole. Hey, don't do that. So I don't know how healers are going to stand in this new meta. But I mean, self-preservation is, you need it to live. So I don't know. I'm not one who wants to live on the edge like that. But we'll see how it goes. This Magatama lowers your Dark Element. It gives you 10 Holy Element. Probably the fact that it gives the staff users 10 Holy, that they're going to stop. That's why they probably gave a little bit less critical force. I don't really understand why, but it is what it is. For the Crucifix Magatama, you can go to the Alluring Cave, Shimmering Forest, Suguchi Cave, Yashi Island. All difficulties. You're going to need the Koryu Magatama, so you get that one in Kashinden. Kashinden's where you go for the first Magatamas. That's where I was thinking. Kashinden's a really good place to go. You're going to need a Koryu, a Taitsu. I've never seen a Taitsu before. What the heck? Did my computer freeze? I can't click on any of these links. Oh, there we go. Okay. Apparently, if you have the text box open on a page in the wiki, you can't click on any links. So a Taitsu, I don't know what that one is. I've never seen that staff mag. It is level 25. It drops in Oncon Forest hard. It's pretty good, actually. It's a Byakko Cavern 4-5. Cave of Nakasawame hard 1-5. You know, those are the good places to go. So you're gonna need a Koryu, Taitsu, Fugen, Fake Staff, and the Nanka, and Cerulean and Myrtle Gem. So Nanka obviously being the new mag, Fake Staff being the dual mag. You can get them in Azami Crossing on hard. Good place to get those. Fugen, I have a couple of them, and you're gonna have to farm for the rest, I guess. I might just end up making one of these, you never know. Then we have Dancing Water. This is the Twin Sword mag, probably named after Misty Massacre, because I love that. You're basically dancing with water. Same thing as before, defense, 45 chakra, 2 slots. It's a skill type mag, obviously. This one's going to give you 10 ice element, but lower your fire element by 5. So icicle spear dance on them gargoyle weapons. Oh boy, here I come. It's going to lower your crimson a bit, but I mean, if you have a gargoyle weapon, a fire gargoyle weapon anyway, you can rectify that very easily. So earlier when I was talking about Odachi and the ice, if you make the ice gargoyle weapon, it will counteract that ice difference. So, I mean, 60 ice, I mean, if you lose 15, you still have 60, like, who cares, I mean, right? It is what it is. The pursuit of power has many paths, but hopefully you take the right one. This one drops in Onra Forest and Mountain of Thorns. I think that's the same. I think Mountain of Thorns was the spear one as well. So that works out for me, because I use them both. You're going to need an Inari, a Furi, a Kirin, and a Hunters. And a Badger. The Badger being the new one. Hunters, you get them from Azami Crossing. I think I have one of the broken slot that I'll save for this. I actually have who is blue fanging me? Who? Get up. Come back here, you little... Who are you? I kept seeing something, but I didn't know what it was. Anyway, back to the lesson. So Inari, Furi, Kirin, Hunter, Badger, yeah, all the good stuff. So then we have 2 left. The attack star, which is bow. This one's gonna give you rain element. Oh, rain element just makes my day. You know, I'm a rain user. Aqua Needle 7. It's gonna be good. I love it. I like it already. It's great. This one you get from Alluring Caves, Ephemeral Grove, Genshi Grove, and Waninashi Island. I mean, pick your poison, whatever works. You're going to need a pineapple, a melon, a watermelon, a pressure point mag, and a Gasan. Out of all these mags, the only one I'm going to need is pineapple. Because there is a quest for melon. Watermelon, I've got it from field bosses. Pressure, I'm going to need a pressure point too. And I like pressure point mag. But whatever. So pressure point, same thing. Pipe 3 on hard. Pineapple, Byakko Cavern. Melon, there's a quest for it. Hopefully you'll give up a melon to do this. And watermelon is, you get it from field bosses and stuff. Gasan, the new one, you're going to need Cerulean Gem and Myrtle Gem. Myrtle seems to be the most common that I've noticed. And then lastly, we have the Talon Breaker Magatama, the Wand one, 100 Skill Force. It's going to give you 10 Dark Element, and it's going to actually subtract your Holy Element by 5. Now, that's a big deal for Wand users because Element is everything for them. But now with these mags, they have Skill Force too, so, you know, be nice to your Wand users. You know, they're going to be the powerhouses to come. So, it gives you 10 crit force as well. So, Darkness, Pillar, and Shadow Ball, they're going to be going up in damage. Everyone's going to have an additional 30 Holy Dark Element. Bright Homing's still going to be OP even if you lose 15 Holy Element. So, it's going to be what it is. So, again, Purity 7, 45 Chakra. Bonsho Island, Mine of Delusions, and Earth Izuchi, the Spider. So, you have 3 dungeons for that one. You're going to need a Lord Shoko, a Lord Enma, Lord Renji, or Renge, whatever, Magic, and Aigetsu. Aigetsu being the new one. Lord Shoko, I believe, was from the rank 3 bargains. If you stocked up with them early, congratulations. You have some mags ready. The biggest ones you're going to have to farm for are Enma, Renji, and Magic. Magic can be gotten on Hard Azami. That's where I recommend. My friend Suzaku's been doing that. My friend King Cannon's been doing that. I have 8 Magics right now, so I could probably, I can't make one right now, but I'm pretty close to. Actually, my Rose, my second character, could make this mag right now. Well, aside from the Aigetsu, she has a Shoko and Marengi Magic. So there's a quest for Lord Enma. You'll get 1. The rest you're gonna have to farm in Room of Rights. The Renji, you're best to farm the Izumo Field Boss. A lot of people will, so get them while you can. Lord Shoko, bargains, but if not, you'll have to go back to an earlier dungeon to get it. Aigetsu is going to be a new dungeon. Probably all the islands you need the recipes from anyway. And the gems, this also needs Myrtle Gem and Scarlet Gem. So there you have that. So we've gone over all 8 mags. They all basically do the same thing, but you're going to need to farm some mags. So if people don't know what they're going to do when Fever rolls out this weekend, if you don't got these mags, I recommend you complete the story, get in a party, just hop in, do everything on normal, 2-man normal if you need to. Get your gold basket, you know, get your rewards, complete the thing by the time limit, and after that point, spend the rest of your Fever farming mags. Do it now if you want to. Buy drop boosts, I mean, it is what it is. These mags are going to be the new OP thing, so I'd work on that. So the next step, I'm going to take this video another 10 minutes and I'm going to talk about what ornamentations we should put on these mags. So in all honesty, regardless of whether you break a slot or if you don't break a slot or get bad rolls, no one's going to dissolve these mags. These mags are still so good. It's really superfluous when it comes to ornamentations. For the sword user, the power types, you guys are probably gonna want to put, you know, Faded Contractor, just like you do Amara's. And please only do, like, get amulets to do it well. Use when it comes to these, promise me you'll use band-aids, and band-aids, B's, A's, whatever. Just always wear a band-aid, always use an amulet, and always just do it right. These are like the most important mags. Like, these are more important than literature is to spear. These are the same class as the Setsuna Magatama. Like, I'm gonna pop open my inventory and show you that this is where my band-aids went, was on the Setsuna. Confining Terror. This thing gives me 70 skill force to every rank 6 I use, 14 crit, and 4 wisdom. I can't complain, it's very awesome. I used my band-aids on this. I have no regrets. So these mags are better than the Setsuna. Okay? The Setsuna is considered like one of the most godly mags in the game. These are more important. Please use band-aids. Please do whatever. Like, just don't settle for less. Okay? Unless you want to go farm these mags for the rest of your life, which they aren't that bad. I mean, they are that bad. They kind of are. But at the same time, don't, like, you know, the same rule as carpentry, you know, measure twice, cut once. Like, do it right the first time. Sure, we're going to get bad ornas, but I'd rather see 2 crappy stats on a mag than 2 broken slots. Okay? I'm being serious here. Like, don't mess around with these mags. If you care at all about this game, you know, don't do that. So how I see it working is you're going to need that critical from something. These mags don't give you critical, but they give you crit force, and you're going to need critical from some source. So I'm going to, for sword and Odachi and axe, I'm going to recommend either, like, if you're really, really, really ambitious and you got like some transcendent fortune, like some really good stuff, maybe try 1 roll of Avenger on monsters, because that, if you get the attack speed and you get the crit, like, you can get like 14 crit from 1 roll, you get attack speed and slice and stuff. If you get any of those combinations, you become a god. I recommend maybe 1 mag, your first, like, let's say you do 3 of these, everyone probably will. Your first 105 mag, I recommend play it safe, go Faded. Not Confining Terror, just go Faded Contractor. Because Confining Terror, as good as an ornamentation as it is not going to be that useful on these mags, because if you have 3 of them, you're going to have 300 skill force anyway. That extra skill force percent that gets added, like up to 12%, will be wasted. I mean, sure, it'd be very useful, you won't have to be under your health percentage all the time, but at the same time, when you are, those extra numbers won't mean anything. What you really want is you're going to want 1 of them that gives you a source of critical. You're going to want another one that gives you maybe more critical and slice. So I'm going to recommend like Faded Contractor, because you can. So if you want to play it safe, Faded Contractor. If you want to be, like on the first one I say Faded Contractor. On a subsequent one, I might say you might go to the next step. So Heavenly Shield, or... Now, Heavenly Shield is entirely risky. Doing so is, if you win with that, you win hard. But if you don't, you don't. You still have the mag, but I mean, it is what it is. On the first one, I'm going to say Fated Contractor. On the next one, get ambitious, maybe Avenger on Monsters or Heavenly Shield. And then the third one, maybe... I would say before you try Avenger on Monsters or Heavenly Shield, I'd say maybe going for Unblinking Eye. Get that potential 15 extra crit force, and then I wouldn't try for it twice. I would go... I mean, this might be a formula that people might like better. Just go Unblinking Eye, and then if that works out, you get your crit force. Fantastic. And then, so Unblinking Eye, and then you go Fated Contractor. Get that critical force and crit, crit force and crit, crit force and crit. You'll be a god. That's an easy way to get good. For bow users, I recommend for one of them, like, get your crit, obviously. But for one of them, I might recommend doing more Unblinking Eye, because that will give you, and Twin Swords too, there's a chance you'll get bow or twin affinity. So that's very useful. You know. So I'd say Unblinking Eye, Fated Contractor. And if you get to, like, if you just keep farming these up, you get to the 3rd, 4th, 5th one, then I say start getting ambitious and go for Avenger on Monsters, or, you know, Heavenly Shield, things like that. And this goes out to all the classes except for Wand and Staff. When it comes to Wand and Staff, Wands, the only thing you guys should be putting on these mags is Heavenly Shield. Hopefully, and I pray that you guys don't get Affinity, but I hope you guys just get some element, preferably one of your choice. If you get Ice Element on a Talon Breaker, congratulations, I welcome you as one of the gods. If you get Lightning Element, congratulations. If you get Holy, oh my god. You know, it's like, that's the risk you have to take to enter goddom when it comes to these mags. They're really incredible. Don't waste your ornamentations. You know, go for the big ones to repeat. Like, don't go for Fated Contractor. I mean, maybe if you just want crit, I mean, that's up to you. It's up to you, really. Or not Fated, I'm sorry, Confining Terror. Confining Terror is the safest choice. If you just want to play it safe like I did with Setsuna and just get crit, 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 by all means, do it. It's very staple. It'll work. I mean, there's a chance for it. Nothing is ever guaranteed in this game. Like my Saisetsu, I did the same thing. All I got was skill force and attack. It's okay. It's okay. Okay? I'm not complaining. So, my Gemini is an example of Fated Contractor. I did not get crit. However, I got Slice Element, HP, SP, all that good stuff. So you're going to want one source with at least Fated Contractor for that HP and SP percentages. So, like I said, you might want to go, you know, double Fated, and then one with Unblinking Eye Fated, and then one with more adventurous things like Avenger on Monsters, or just if, I mean, there's nothing wrong with going Fated, 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 Fated. I mean, it's really up to you. Don't take my word for it. I'm just trying to give out suggestions. And for Wand users, the only thing you should do is Heavenly Shield. I've spoken to like 60% of the best Wand users in this game. So like Clusfer, King Cannon, Murasaki / Leia. Or is it? I don't know. But his name's Murasaki now. And Suzaku. And they all agree Heavenly Shield is the way to go. It's go big or go home, as my friend Goddess Freya will say. So those are the ornamentations I say you should go for. I mean, at the end of the day, you still have a 105 mag. Don't cry over spilt milk. You know, a lot of people still have old mags that give them crit anyway. So by all means, use what you got to use. I hope this was helpful for anyone curious about 105 mags. I believe it was Wolfpack Gaming who asked for this video, so I'm glad I did it. It's something that should be really gone over. Any questions, please, you know, ask me anything on YouTube. Send a comment. You know, on this video, I'll post a link to all of these web pages, and everyone can look at it for themselves there. With that said, I'm glad anyone who stayed with us for the 40 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Share it to your friends. Come back to it if you have questions. Sometimes we miss stuff. And I'm really glad you guys keep watching. I've been getting subscribers every day now. I really appreciate it. I really love the support. I'm seeing likes on videos. I'm seeing comments. People are talking to me in game. I really love it. The community's coming together, and it warms my heart. So with that said, thank you guys for all you've done. I hope you guys thank me for this video in return. If not, whatever. But at the end of the day, I can't wait to explore the islands with you. The update's going to be hype, and have a great day, guys. It's a pleasure.